Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot. Have you heard of that movie? Well, it's coming out July 4th. Why am I promoting this? I like giving back. So the producer, who is the actress in Black Panther, played the younger sister of the Black Panther superhero movie. She's the producer, and it's through Angel Studios, which is a faith-based film company, technically owned by Mormons. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm only saying I love their faith-based films, and I support them. So this is how I give back. I don't want to just rip on The View. That would make me an ass if I just made fun of them. And here they bring on this producer to talk about her film, Sound of Hope. And so watch, because I want the word of mouth to get out about this film. It's very important, very dear to my heart. Welcome to Doug in Exile. Hope you're having a great Sabbath. Hope you dig into the scriptures. This film is produced by a sister in the Lord, and she made her way onto The View.
We're all major Black Panther fans here, so we're thrilled to have the Black Panther in the house.
Of course, Sunny Hostin is going to go straight for her skin color on black. And you guys already know what I think of that. I don't care about your skin color at all. I think she's wonderful. She's my sister in Christ, by the way, regardless of her skin color, but I'll give Sony a little room. But here is the introduction of Leticia Wright, for the movie trailer, Sound of Hope.
Like just a fun-filled, loving family.
And this deals with the adoption care system. Here she is back on The View.
The films, I think, became such an inspiration and force for representation. We had never seen ourselves like that. And the movie did so well that it proved that that works, seeing Black folks in a superhero movie would sell globally.
Mm-hmm. I never had a question about Black folks selling well in a movie. Sunny Hostin, this is more of their made up racism stuff. And Sunny, boy, there's a new haircut. You know what? I love the idea of people going nuts on their hair. So between Whoopi Goldberg, right? Whoopi Goldberg, look at her hair. It always looks nuts. So between Whoopi Goldberg, Sunny Hostin, and Leticia Wright, we got some hair to look at. But here's this a little clip bit of Song of Hope. So what is the Sound of Hope? The Sound of Hope is about a church, mostly Black church, down in Texas, where they started adopted kids out of the foster care system.
So, you know, Leticia, one of the things I read about you that's so interesting is that you basically said you were done with your career right when it was taking off.
Oh, yeah.
Why did you do that?
At the time, I was
done.
Enough. Yeah, at the time, I wasn't in love with acting anymore. I felt like I was worshiping it in a way that wasn't making me happy.
And I love Leticia Wright. You know, when they did the promos for Black Panther, and she was the sister, and they would interview her as, oh, you're this Black person, you're this Black character, Black wonder. She would just preach Jesus at her press junkets. Say, I just thank God. I thank you. I fell in love with her. I think she's an amazing person. So even here, Joy Behar is going like, you were going to give up acting. And it's true. Leticia Wright felt that acting was kind of an idol, and she was doing it for the wrong reasons. It wasn't an art form now. She was starting to worship it, and it scared her. She gave it up, gave it to God, and really pursued Jesus Christ, okay? And then she went back into acting, and that's when her role for Black Panther came out. So it's a neat testimony. I think she's really a rare person, because she could be a rock star, guys, with being a Black actress. She could just work that angle all day and get free bennies out of Hollywood. That's the cachet of Hollywood. And instead, she does a faith-based film. She doesn't even act in it. She's a producer. And she does it with Angel Studios. Like, she's going outside of the Hollywood system. I got nothing but respect for her. And I'm also really happy that The View pursued her and put her on this channel. And so, you know, I'm really hard on The View. Man, you got to give credit where credit's due. And I'm really thrilled to have The View spread the word about this movie. And we're all going to spread the word. Okay? All of us. Sound of Hope.
I just needed to take a step back.
Yeah.
So I found faith and just realigned with my purpose. And then that very year that I just said, you know, yes to God, and just a more wholesome relationship.
With acting.
Not with acting, with the Lord. Joy Behar, everything is so atheistic with her. Remember we did the earlier video about her being an atheist. I think this woman's faith kind of creeps her out. But there is one thing about Leticia Wright, man. If you look at her on this show and look at all of the View hosts looking back at her, I mean, Whoopi is glowing. Joy is softened. Elisa, all these other normally really hard and angry, they've called themselves, Sunny Hostin's called herself a witch, you know, before on the show. And now they're being melted by it's the Christ that Leticia Wright carries in her. I've always thought that about her.
With myself, with acting, with how I saw the industry, instead of just seeing it as a competition or competitive industry, I saw it as an industry to allow purpose to be.
So you reframed acting.
Exactly.
Basically.
And then from that point, that's where I booked Black Panther and all these great things.
Now, what she's talking about there in turning the art form of acting and film into something with purpose and goodness, that's what Jesus does to your life. He sanctifies it. It reminds me of, this is going to go really obscure on you guys, but you know, Depeche Mode had this song called Your Own Personal Jesus. It was very sarcastic, very against these. And then Johnny Cash re-sang the song. He did a cover of Personal Jesus, but did it legit and genuine for the Lord. And it's actually an amazingly worshipful song. He didn't change one lyric, but it went from being sarcastic, Your Own Personal Jesus with Depeche Mode, and it became sanctified by Johnny Cash, okay? By the way, communion, wine and bread, that did not start with Christianity. It was a pagan rite that God sanctified when it became Christian. The animal sacrifice, pagans practiced animal sacrifice, and God sanctifies it. It's like he baptizes us and makes foul things good. That's what Leticia Wright is trying to do with film. So you don't just dismiss the medium of film, the tool of film. She started seeing and going, wait, and this is what I like about Angel Studios too. They're going like, this isn't an evil medium. This is an opportunity. I like it.
Well, and now you've even expanded your resume because you're executive producing this fabulous new film called Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot.
Yes.
It's based on a true story. Can you tell the audience a little bit about the story?
Yes, so Sound of Hope, story of Possum Trot.
Okay, I just want to I'm going to keep repeating that title, Sound of Hope, story of Possum Trot, which is a location in Texas.
I saw this this article in 2020 when I started my company, and I was just moved by this family in Possum Trot who they didn't wait for anyone to kind of tell them what to do or like to help. They just saw a need in their community and they just provided that help. So inspired by them. So I was just like, yes, I would like to executive produce on this, and then it started to expand and grow, and I met them and met all the families, and so they're just a wonderful example of what we can do to help children.
And this looks like a great high quality film. If you're looking for family films, it's important to go and support family films on opening weekend. This is opening up on July 4th. Okay. I'm going to show you the website coming up. I'm going to show you the website. But by the way, the film is a movement film. This is kind of like Cry Freedom with Jim Caviezel. They're trying to trigger millions of people to adopt kids. Keep going, watch this.
Well, in the story, it centers around foster care and foster children, and you had a chance to actually meet the real family behind it. What was that like?
It was great. We flew to Possum Trot. We had service with them. They prayed for us, and then they fed us. They were like, nothing's going in. Oh my God. My metabolism is very high.
So Possum Trot is a real place.
It's a real place. It is. And it's really a place of love and just this family knit community that just saw a need in the system and just rallied together and said, if we don't help these children, then who will? And I just loved that.
You know, if we're going to do this, we have to achieve a level of authenticity that does it justice.
WC, I couldn't go another day. The Lord spoke to me.
So this is a faith-based film that The View is promoting. It's almost like they don't know it's a faith-based film. We're going to keep going.
How do we spread this message worldwide? By having more of you in more cinema seats so we can share in this story together.
Do not miss this movie in theaters this July 4th.
To bring the message to the world
that there should never be a child without a home.
Sound of Hope. That's at angel.com/hope. I'll put a link in the description. Okay. I want this is very important for me for you guys to talk about it and tell your friends about it, because this is a movement movie that can help children. We want to help children this coming weekend. Here's the Fight for Kids begins July 4th. Get your showtimes. Angel.com/hope. Help us out on this one, guys. You can trust me. This one is going to be good and it's important. I'm Doug in Exile.